we're going to start. Good luck, bro.
Best of luck to you.
So he started, he put 1. That's the only time that you always get 1, is when the person that goes first. The person that goes second.
If you go first, you don't draw, so I'll pass.
Yeah. So every turn, you play your dons. Really, the real way is draw first, play your 2 dons. Now, any person that goes first, none of them can attack. So right now, I can't attack, he can't attack. I can still play cards, but I can't attack. So I'm going to play Perona. The cost is up there, 1. I tap 1 of these. Tap and signifies that you just can't use it again.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I'm going to look at the top 5 and rearrange them in any order that I want. So when I play this deck, this leader has an ability where if I put 2 energy on him or 2 Don and tap 1, I can attack when I'm attacking, and I can play the top card of my deck. As long as it says that it has the 7 Warlords of the Sea, and these are the ones that say that. Not every card has it, but most cards do if you build your deck around that. So right now what I'm doing is basically rearranging the top so that I can take advantage of that leader effect. I can't do nothing else. I can't swing, so go ahead.
Bet.
The person that goes first can swing first. So now every turn now here, we get 3. He got 1 on his first turn, but after that, it's 2.
I'm just going to put all 3 on leader and swing 8 at life.
What these also do is they give, if you see right here, it gives them plus 1,000. So if your leader's 5,000, it gains, he put 3, so he's swinging for 8. These cards right here have the counter on the side. Some have 2, some have 1. In this case, if I were to stop this, I would basically have to pitch 3 to 4 cards. So in this case, I'm gonna just take it because I don't want to pitch 3 cards out of my hand. And that's pretty much all he can do. So he passes the turn.
Yep.
I draw a card first, and then I play 2. And I continue on my turn. So this card with this deck, you could gamble it, but I know what the next 4 cards are gonna be. So what I would do is play nothing for my hand, and I'm gonna put 2 under him. When he attacks, I swing for 7, because there's 5, 6, 7. And then his ability is I gotta rest 1 to play the top card of my deck, since I already know what it is. I'm swinging for 7, and he has to wait till my ability's done before he can decide on what he wants to do.
You good?
Yeah, so 7.
We'll take.
So he's gonna take it. This deck has a lot of cards to where they can play off triggers.
Yep. And then the trigger right here, it's different from the main effect of the card. Trigger usually is different from the card overall. Sometimes the trigger is to just play out the card, or if it's a event card, it's activate the event card like the main event, just do it. So in this case, the trigger is Satori, which means just play it out, but I gotta trash a card from my hand.
Yeah, so he has to pitch 1 card from his hand.
And then we'll discard Kinkanojo, put it in the trash.
And then I'm gonna pass because I can't do nothing. I could attack with this if I wanted to, but it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Since he's 2,000, he's 5,000.
Plus, you can only attack, most cards can only attack rested characters. If he were to attack with this Proto, not only would it not do anything, but I could swing into it and just get rid of it immediately because he's not going to save a 2,000 power guy.
So in this case, I pass my turn, and it's his turn. Now, you have to meet the power, so to attack, I have to meet it. For him to guard it, I have to be 1,000 over.
So we're going to tap 5 for Gadatsu to KO the Gekomoria.
Yeah. His ability is however much life that you have, you can kill a character with that much cost.
Equal cost. So
since
4
I have
life,
4
4
life,
cost.
he can kill the 4 cost.
And then we'll just do 5 at lead.
5 at lead. So now I have the option of taking the damage or guarding it, yeah. So in this case here, I know he's going to attack again, so I can just guard 1, it doesn't matter.
And then we'll attack.
And then this one, I have an option of either pitching a card or taking it. In this case, I'm going to take it again. And I put the card in my hand, unless the card says otherwise.
Then I'll pass, because this guy can't attack.
Yeah, since he just played it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw first, play 2. All right. So what I will do here, I'm going to swing 7 at here. He has to pitch 2 to 3 cards out of his hand. So I'm gonna swing 7, no leader ability.
No leader ability.
Just 7.
None. That guy.
So he has to pitch 2 cards if he wants to keep it. Once you start learning the game, you're gonna know.
Yeah, we kind of 3K. Do Capone and Shirahoshi.
So that time he's gonna keep it alive.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play Jinbei. Jinbei's ability is I can play on play when you play him. Play up to 1/7 Warlord C for my hand with a cost of 4 or less. So I have a 4 or less. I'm gonna play this.
Evil.
And then what his ability is on play, I draw 1 card. Pretty strong.
This card's great because it just basically like you get 2 for the price of 1, basically.
Exactly. And then I'm gonna pass the turn.
Yeah. That card makes him really good in this set.
Yeah. It's a very basic deck, but having bodies on the board's pretty
I'd rather play against this than play against the green purple.
Oh yeah.
Because God fucking word cage.
So he's gonna draw for turn. There you go.
Okay.
So now his whole board can attack if he wants it to.
We'll do 7 at lead.
7 at lead. So that again we take. Because then I have to pitch too many cards out of my hand.
So give this guy 3 Dawn. We'll do 8 at lead.
8 at lead. So now we start guarding. So this right here is plus 2,000. So it's going to give me the 7 and 9. I'm 1,000 over. And I put it to the trash.
We'll do, again, 8 at lead.
So he's going to attack me again, and I'm going to take it.
Pass.
Is that Yamato in your hand?
Okay.
Is it Yamato in your hand?
So right now I'm getting dealt with right now. So draw 1.
I'll let you play it out, and then I'll tell you.
All right. So
Oh no, where's he?
I'm going to put 1 under here, so I swing for 7. The reason why I swing for 7 is because he has got to pitch more than 1 card.
Puts me in an awkward spot.
Yeah. He either pitches his whole hand and has nothing in his hand, or
Look, he can die.
yeah.
That's
So in this
just
case, more than likely, I thought he was going to die.
He's gonna be 7. Right now, in your turn, he's 5.
So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to swing for 8 here because he's 6,000. He's got to pitch 2 more cards. If he keeps it alive, then that's fine. If not, then
yeah, he'll die because I know he's gonna attack it again with leader effect. Sometimes you gotta think ahead like that.
no, I'm going to just swing for 5 because I meet him. So he either has to pitch a card or take a life.
Take.
You pop first.
He'll take a life. He could possibly get a trigger because this deck heavily relies on.
Yeah, the whole color of yellow basically does. Like every color has triggers, but yellow has the most and arguably the best ones.
Very little damage.
Banish makes it so that you can't put that card in your hand. It
I
has
agree
to go
with you.
straight
You
to the
need
trash.
one
And no
banish.
triggers.
Yeah, and if there's a trigger, Banish decks have a pretty decent matchup.
Yellow
against
has
this.
banish, which is weird.
A couple. Y'all have Red Rock. What are you talking about?
No, banish, not.
Oh, triggers. Yeah. Okay.
Because I've already played Red Rock. So the only thing.
These are nasty. This one, I'm thinking about it. Definitely, he probably has another Jinbei in his hand. A Jinbei into something else combo. We're gonna use his trigger, so just draw 1 card, and then if you have 1 or less life, play this card. But I don't, so he just goes to the trash.
Oh, so he's just going to use the ability to draw. Okay. So he's right. I'm going to play another Jinbei.
There he
this
is.
card's like one of the best cards in the deck. Again, I'm doing the same effect.
Into Weevil.
No, this time it's almost a Weevil.
Gekamoria.
And what this card says is I can add a 7 Warlords from my graveyard or my trash to my hand. And this I'm gonna get this and pass the turn. Doesn't draw a card, but it does the same effect.
That,
Exactly.
that Croc is a 2K.
I'm basically replacing the card that I played. Yeah, it's a 2K. You're right.
Usually, like, the cards with less cost and less power have more counter. So we're just getting 9 Dawn. Do this.
I literally had to get to that. You had such a big hand. The hand that you had.
Almost got me there.
Do 8 at 5 Jinbei.
So now you're gonna try to start getting rid of my board, which is a valid play. So in this case here, I'm gonna let it die. Because now he probably can't attack me. He can play something but he probably might not be able to attack me.
All right, we'll
They play
do
rush somewhat, but
tap 5 for ace, and then on play, if I have
Yeah.
2 or less life, he gains the ability rush.
Yeah.
Some guys have it off the rip, but some of them have a prerequisite.
yeah.
So he has 7 with rush, and then we'll give him another Dawn. We'll do 8 at Weevil.
8 at Weevil.
Yep.
First, but you
So in this case here, I'm going to use the 2K that I got out of the trash, and then 1K. This will be 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
So I'm 1K over. You want to really be 1K over.
And pass to
Extra
you.
2 gave him a +2.
No, the fact that he had 2 life is the only
That
reason
was
why
the
he was able to
prerequisite that
attack.
gave him the ability rush.
okay.
Some cards are like, oh, if you have 4 more in hand, then he gains banish, this, that, and the other. That's just what that means.
So
This
because of
Dawn
that,
gave
that's
him more.
what made you able to.
Yeah,
To attack. You got it. Exactly.
which is great because this deck usually is like at 1 or nothing life.
So now he's putting me in a position where I have to try to get rid of the board, or I got to try to get rid of that card. So, because of the way my hand looks,
The first time I couldn't because I can't put it.
I have to try to kill it. So I'm going to swing 7 into that. So he's got to pitch 1 card or just let it die completely.
If I could put on the
This is where the chess part of the game starts
Yep.
building up.
Well, counter is a 2K, but
Yeah. So see, you got to pay attention because the fact that he pitched a 2K means that he might not have any 1Ks. So you got to really pay attention. I'm going to swing 7 at him. And the reason why I'm doing only 7 is because he pitched a 2K. So sometimes you got to think in their head like he might not have 1 to save it.
what's your cards in hand?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. Yeah, he'll
So he's
die.
going to let it die this time. In this case here, I'm just going to swing 5. I have to put 3 under. He's normally 2. So I'm going to put him.
Take. No trigger.
No trigger. So no trigger. I'm going to swing another 6. Now he has to give me a 2K if he wants that to not go through.
We're gonna do disappear. These events are 0 cost, but they require you to trash a card from your hand.
Yeah.
And so for that, we'll just trash Topical Torment.
Okay. And then I'm going to swing 7 at leader. I don't know what this card is, so I'm just going to pray. It's not. So in this case, I just leave it face up, and I'm just swinging 7 at leader.
All right. Just 7. We will take.
So this card has an ability that when he goes down to 0 life, he can pitch 1 card and put the top card of his deck into his life. It's one of the best leaders.
This trigger Kingdom Come to KO the Perona, because
Okay. Yep.
leader ability will trash someone said Kami to
And
put
put 1 card.
that there.
And then that's the end of my turn. Go ahead.
Damn. Damn. Draw? Shit. Is he anywhere here?
So right now there is a way for him to get 2 attacks, but it's unlikely unless he has it. Some decks play it, some don't. This
We'll
is
tap
where
6
it gets
for Rygo to KO the Weevil.
Okay.
And then we'll do 9 at Jinbei.
9 at Jimbo.
They would help me with a board though. So
So in this case here, I'm going to go for game. Normally I would just let it die because I'm going to pitch 3 cards out of my hand. So I'm 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10.
Yep.
Now you got to be careful with this deck because they can get triggers that make me stop attacking and stuff like that. So it gets a little crazy. So he already knows the card that I'm drawing because that was just on me. So in this case here, I'm just going to swing 5 because he either gets the card out of his hand, and if he does that, then he has no. Well, technically he still has the ability. So just 5.
Take. Capone trigger, leader
see?
cannot attack.
There you
And
go.
then leader effect would discard that to get a life.
Yeah. So in this case here,
That's just for 1 turn. He can't attack.
yeah, just for 1 turn.
Okay.
So what I do in this case, I kind of just leave him alone. The strategy is better to leave him alone. I'm going to play the 10 drop. What he does, I tap all 10 of my energy and I draw 4 cards.
That's not really looking good for me because I have no cards in hand.
and then I pass. And the reason why I pass is because I don't want that card to be a game changer. So it's less likely that that one card that he draws is going to change the game.
Then we'll just do 15 at 5, Jinbei.
15 at 5. So what that tells me is two things. He has, that card's just not playable.
Yep.
So
Pass.
he does. And now I'm in a prime position to win. Now what you do, sometimes it's not worth committing your Don until you know, but in this case here, that could be a 7K or a 2K. So 5 plus 2, he can't guard this.
Take.
Guaranteed.
Trigger, play them out, and then
Yep.
draw a card. Leader effects, we will trash disappear to get a life.
Yep. I'm gonna do the same thing. He can't guard this. It's physically impossible. So 7.
Take, no trigger, and then
And
you
I
got
swing
it.
12.
Yeah,
Again, bro.
that's, yeah, I didn't see nothing.